a lot of carnage for a car that was making under 600 horsepower. JZs are meant to be indestructible.
Welcome back to the Long Roof Factory. My name's Woody. I like Toyotas and I also like wagons. And this is my mate Brad's JZS171W Toyota Crown wagon. It's powered by a 1JZ VVT-I. It's a stock bottom end VVT-I engine. We have a set of head studs, Kelford cams, Kelford springs, a Garrett G30 900 strapped to the side of it, and it's powered by a Haltech Elite 750. This did make, keyword did, 530 horsepower at the wheels until Brad got into some mischief and had a bad time. Keen-eyed viewers may spot a little bit of a hot spot on the bonnet there.
Bit of flame propagation.
Bit of flame propagation. Not a good time. We'll lift the car up on the hoist and we'll show you what's gone on. The job for today is pull the engine out, strip it down, kind of have a look in the bottom end to see, maybe we can find out what's going on, and then we've got to get it off to get a new engine built. So first things first, up in the air and have a bit of a laugh at the non-existent number, I think it's number 4, is it, or number 5? Got the torch. I've called in the big guns to help out today. This is my mate Geordie. He's a fellow JZ enthusiast, and I said, hey, come give us a hand so we can punch this out in one day.
Definitely here for the JZ stuff.
Just JZ stuff. Yeah. You're not here for my company, are you? So pretty well what's happened is it's number 5 cap. Rod caps come out. I believe what's happened is it's just past the power threshold. It's just got... It's at that limit, although they do make...
I reckon it's pretty unusual. If it was making like under 600 horsepower, they should make that day in, day out, but...
We'll have a look at what we can find anyway, but I think it's just that maybe the rod bolts were cracked or something, that actual, like the caps come off and just catastrophic failure. There's a hole in this side of the engine block, there's no sump left and there's chunks of block missing. It's also punctured the rack lines here too, so that may have been the cause of a fire. Stupid Brad doesn't have a fire extinguisher installed on his car, so if you are a car enthusiast, definitely add that to the list. Luckily, someone pulled over with apparently bottles of Sprite that they were fizzing up and putting out the fire with. So lucky it didn't go up any further than it did, but there's no rack boot left, there's melty stuff everywhere. Even all the way back here, like there's just melted plugs and everything. It's pretty wild.
Bit of carnage.
This is a new one too, which I do actually like. I'm going to probably do this to my Crown wagon, maybe a little exhaust cutout.
I like that. I'll do the same thing.
That's nice. But it's got a full 3-inch stainless exhaust. All nice work. The surge tank is mounted on the fuel, on the chassis rail here. It's got a big ding in it, and I'm going to pressurise the fuel system because that may have been a cause of, if that's cracked and sprayed fuel everywhere, may have been a cause of the fire, but
possibly.
I suppose if that went up, you probably wouldn't get it out, actually.
No, I don't think a bottle of Sprite's going to snuff that one.
So it's pretty wild here. It's not only a remove the engine and get it fixed and put it back in, it's a, hey, while you're there, let's tidy the car up. So lots of little jobs, order some stuff. I think this is same chassis stuff as IS300 maybe, is that right?
Yes. I believe so.
That's what I'm ordering anyway, so stuff like when it comes to like rack boot and...
Suspension stuff, yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah. So I think from here, while we're up in the air, do we start undoing converter bolts and stuff? It's easy access.
Why not?
It's
yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
So it's one of those dirty jobs. It's going to get covered in.
It's filthy.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'd almost be giving it a wash first, but it's here now.
I don't want to push it out. Kevo's in the way. God damn it. Sweet, well, let's hook in and start pulling things apart and laugh at stuff along the way.
Do it.
But you may see it's got a yellow converter. That is because, it's not a Gilroy's, is it? No. Where's that from? Okay, we're not even sure where it's from, but it is an aftermarket converter. A problem that Brad had with this car, you can keep going if you want. A problem Brad had with the car was oh, sorry, I'm the wrong way. It just wasn't coming on boost. So now the converter's been changed. It's like a 4000 stall. The A340 has been built by Gilroy's in Toowoomba, so it can handle the power, but obviously the rod bolts couldn't, so we were just a bit worried that turning it over was going to lock up, but so far so good. Sweet.
Got compression somewhere.
Yeah, it definitely does. Gearbox will just stay there, Jordan, and we'll do it jack stand. No coolant, no worries. Alright. Catch it.
What meme are you talking about?
That meme where almost got the massive extension and he's like all the way back doing like something.
I haven't seen it.
I need to get one. I just need to get a really long 3/8 one.
Yeah.
Oh yes! With the deflection. Come on, come on, come on! Well, maybe that. It might slip out without the power steering coming off. Be the Geordie's bolt. We're gonna miss something for sure, but it's worth trying to get everything at once.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go down there.
It's drained itself already anyway.
Yeah, let's go down and then...
How hard they stick, eh?
Oh man.
Oh, there you go. A bit of wildlife in that one. Not too bad.
We removed the ECU cover off. This has got a patch loom for the Elite 750, which ties everything in for the whole car to work. We were going to remove the wiring loom and lay it on the engine and remove it off the engine at a later date, but now
Doesn't look like the easiest option.
yeah, I think the easiest option is to actually remove the wiring loom from the engine and leave it with the car. So we're just gonna, I think we have to split the top half. It's been a while since I've worked on a JZ. It's been...
I haven't pulled one of these apart,
Yeah.
like a VVT-I 1J, and I own one, so it's good practice. But,
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Just break all the Toyota plugs. And it
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
off.
yeah.
Standard.
Little dollop of silicon in there.
Especially the ones that have been on fire. Oh, this one's so tight. Wiggle, wiggle. John Deere 13mm. Oh,
Oh,
there's the sound effects.
sweet release. Very intelligently. Just a little parts robbing session.
Most manufacturers will leave lifting hooks fitted to the engine, but somewhere along the way, Brad's rear hook has gone missing. Luckily, Geordie owns this awesome Toyota Blit wagon, which was parked out the front, so we can steal the hook off Geordie's engine, fit it to Brad's car, and then we can lift out the broken JZ with ease.
It's like Toyota knew that the engine was going to come out frequently. That's why. I shouldn't rip on Toyotas because I like them. I even said in the intro.
Ironically, they don't have to come out frequently, so it's like almost wasted.
You got it? Yep. Watch your step. Let go, Brad, so good. Good. Yep. Okay. Just ding your sunroof.
Oh, a bit more. Oh, yeah, that's a bell housing. Yeah,
I didn't want to go pan, yeah.
yeah, no. Yeah.
Look at this. This is what I love. A couple of lads hanging out in the workshop working on some cool cars.
Tom! Hey!
Not ideal leaving the converter on the flex plate, but we got the converter bolts out. I actually pushed the converter back and it was spinning freely. I don't know, maybe coming out it just kinked it, but...
I guess as soon as the motor's like, yeah, skewed away from the gearbox, it just wants to pinch on and
once we had pulled the gearbox out a little bit, I didn't want to go trying to force the converter back in and breaking the oil pump, because it happens, especially on an A340. But that was fine. There's no, yeah.
Thankfully it didn't make a mess on the floor. It's like, fine, eh?
Yeah, sweet.
Must have been hefty.
It was a bit, well, I don't know.
Been sitting for a while.
Now we're going to pull the sump off this thing, I think. So, engine stand and have a look at the carnage.
Have a look at the carnage.
Thanks for rocking up too, Mitchy. Appreciate that. That was good. Coming to you live from the inside of a 1JZ GTE. This, we got on the engine stand. First things we've noticed actually is the timing marks are actually out. The inlet cam's like two, no, how many degrees you call it? It's 2 teeth out, which notice indicates maybe pistons touched a valve and caused a shock, or just the sheer drop in RPM has made it slip. So something to investigate. But for the most part, it kind of came out pretty easily, I think. No?
Aside from the torque converter wanting to...
Yeah, apart from the converter, that was a bit of a bad time.
Aside from that, yeah.
Actually, I've got a plastic drum. Yes, I can use that now. I had no idea Tool Pro even made these, but this will save all the schmutz being leaked everywhere.
That's sick. I need one of them.
Which way are we going? That way? Exhaust down?
My auntie. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
And it misses the tray.
Let me just guide it in.
Hang on, where's the thing?
Oh, look at that, Brad.
Yeah, you've never had coolant in this, eh? For sure.
That's fresh out the Nile River.
It's dam water. Dowley there.
There you go. There you are.
Hey. Well, there's your problem. How's how the crank's like pretty well untouched anyway? Like there's no...
That's why I think it was a clean odd bolt failure.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it just came apart. Nothing a bit of Scotch-Brite can't sort it.
Yeah, just get some emery on there, we'll be sorted.
Why don't you throw them in merchandise bags or something?
Oh, you do a whistle on diesel, you
Yeah.
reckon? Man, that bearing is perfect.
That's divine. There's not even any like particle
No.
embedment or anything in there.
No. Nothing wrong with that.
Being a dirty old import that has most likely had the odometer swapped before it came to Australia, I was expecting to see some kind of bearing wear. The sludge in the sump definitely suggests that this thing hasn't had the best service life, but even still, the rod bearings were actually perfect. Kyle was around working on the burrito bus, and while he was here, we asked him to review the log, but unfortunately it showed us a whole bunch of nothing. Because the car's been sitting for over 6 months, the key's been cycled plenty of times, it just showed us a whole bunch of zero throttle, so unfortunately we have no data to review when the rod went on vacation.
Don't forget that one.
Coming to you live from the Broken Rod Factory, we've got our expert on scene, John.
Tell me all about it, John. What have we found? We've got the head off. What's your expert opinion on the broken rod?
It's reached its service life.
Service life. What's it?
And exceeded it.
Let's check the service schedule on the Toyota, in the Toyota book.
Yeah, I think it's broken bolts first.
Rod bolt first?
I think so. Just the way the cap come off.
Yep.
Clean.
Yep. So he found also it's got bent valves, inlet side number 5. So the rod has snapped, caps let go, whatever's happened. It's caused a whole lot of damage down low. The pistons come up and obviously the valves have opened and smashed it. So not a very good time. Brad was doing enthusiastic RPM when this happened. So obviously the whole engine was still spinning and it's caused carnage. But the bent valves, it looks like we can probably get away with just replacing some valves. That's a head shop thing. I'm not the head guy. We'll take it to the experts to get that done. If not, Brad's up for another cylinder head. I told him originally just to buy a whole engine, but he's just bought a block and rods and pistons. So, what pistons are they actually? What's the combo? What have you got to replace it?
CP rods, I think they're spool. There might be spool rods and CP pistons.
Okay, sweet. So aftermarket goodies.
You got another crank.
And another crank, another block, obviously. So we'll keep pulling this down. We'll get some pistons out and see how we go from there. And then throw it all into John's ute and take it to John's house.
After he gets his stuff.
I'll come give you a hand. It's all good.
We whipped out the rest of the rods and pistons and actually found that every single rod was bent. This indicates high cylinder pressure, and unfortunately, number 5 was the unlucky one that just happened to let go. The cylinder head on the JZ uses a solid lifter setup, and I'm hoping to recycle this head, so we're labeling all of the lifters into a plastic container before we take it down to our local machine shop.
I've had a massive week this week. I want to say thanks to all of my friends that have come around and helped out, hang out in the shed. If you've got a mate with a workshop or a carport or someone that's doing car things, go and hang out with him, give him a hand. Car stuff. If you watch a channel, you're obviously into cars, it's fun. And thanks to all my friends that come and hang out. It is really cool. The Crown, we've discovered we've got bent rods. We've got obviously an exited rod, which is the whole thing we're kind of laughing at to begin with. This, I wanted to do this for Brad, get the engine out and kind of see what we're in for. The block that he has to replace this one is actually still getting machined. So we'll follow up with an engine build and get the engine back in the car. There's also been a fire in the car too, so I want to tidy. There's so much stuff that needs to get replaced. It's got like melted rack boot. That rack end's actually got a bit of play in it too, so I'm going to fix that. The cylinder head, I think, is fixable. We'll see what the cylinder head shop says, but I reckon that bucket should come out, no worries at all. But the general consensus was between John and Kai, who are both, they're very, very knowledgeable guys, and they've both said cylinder pressure and I think the combination is G30 900, which is a pretty well-sized turbo for a 1JZ, but when you're making 600 horsepower, 500 horsepower, whatever it is, it's probably on the bit of the small side, and backed with a really good converter. This thing's on song at like 4,000 RPM, and max torque, those little rods are just going, save me, and number 5 just said, see you later. So that's what's happened. It's exited the chat and caused a whole catastrophic failure. Bent valves, it's jumped the tooth on timing, so everything can be fixed, and we will fix it, so stay tuned for that. Don't know when that's going to happen. I'm going to give this a gurney and take it back to Brad's house and get it back at a later date once the engine's ready to go back in. We've also been working on the burrito bus this week. Got heaps done. That actually now runs. It sounds badass, but I want to get that on the dyno and running first before I release an episode on that car. So stay tuned for that, and I think next week's going to be Kevo. I also bought a new car, which is on this hoist over here. It's very, very small. I don't know when that'll come out either, so stay tuned for that one. That's all we've got time for on the Skid Factory this week. Enjoy the moment. I'll see you next time. If you want to laugh at cars, buy a Skid Factory hat that says I hate cars, and you can support the show. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers. I just want to point out that the title of this video is obviously a piss take. I do love Toyotas, especially JZs, and in the whole JZ versus RB thing, I think I am on the JZ side. Shout out to Stefan Dorenboom, Dave Bristow, Harley Reynolds, Tanky Mick Stagger, and Andrew Skinner for supporting the Skid Factory via Patreon. What's for dinner? Chicken burritos with a little bit of spice. I think that's about it.
Okay, are we good for a thumbnail now or not? Yeah.
That's what she needed. Yeah. Oh my! Look at this bloke.
Just can't even believe. What's the other emotion? What else do you do? I don't know.
Big O face.
Nah, that's like
You got surprised.
surprise.
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah.
No,
That's more like
That's
what
like
just
thinking.
happened. That's like, yeah.
Sad face. Little tear.
I can't even do this.
That's just shame. You're ashamed of what's happened?
That's just disappointment. That's kind of angry.
Oh no, my cornrows are bent.
I want to point out we didn't remove the balancer because I didn't have my balancer puller. But Paulie returned it. Thanks, Paulie. Now it's time to buy your own, brother. Jeez, you can't really tell much what that is, hey?
It looks
If
like
you know what that shape is, well done, then you deserve to know. I've sent a few photos to a few people.
I don't think anyone would ever guess it.
You reckon?
No.
Those fender mirrors are a pretty good giveaway.
It looks like a KP.
Or are they fender mirrors? KP61.
I don't know. The fender mirror is like, and how small the car is, but then the roof's pretty high, so you're like, you know, what is that thing?
Looks like a TV car for a kid show or something.
Yeah, it's the car. Yeah, that's the car from PUBG. That's what Josh's.
That's what I said.
I bought the car from PUBG. Gary's already named it the battle bus.
The battle bus.
Yeah, even though it's not much of a bus.
No.
I think it needs a more.
The battle bug.
I think it needs a cuter name.
It does need a cutie name. Also, thanks for hanging out this week, lads. Appreciate all your help. And my shout for something.
Or lemon squash.
Kebabs next week. Sweet.
We'll be here.
So these are like
Is it Smoko?
Oh, that really hurt me, eh?
Do we have to file an incident?
Of course you were filming too. God damn it. Here, Brad, hold the torch. Oh man, right in the kisser. That killed me.
I know what's going in the outro.
Yeah, that can go on the outro. Welcome to the post credits. Click the link in the corner for another video. Maybe more JZ stuff. Hit this corner to subscribe and hit down there for merchandise. I'm not even wearing any Skid Factory merch. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the moment. Don't hit yourself in the face with a torch. It hurts.